What's up, amigos? It's Chris Lewitt, former number one for Cornell, pro circuit player, and elite junior development coach, back with you again for another Prodigy Maker Minute. As you guys may know, we have the Prodigy Maker Show, which is the podcast and video show that I've been doing for the last couple of years. Check it out if you like this minute. If you don't like it, don't have to watch the show. This minute, I want to talk about Alcaraz and his drop shot. It may take a couple minutes, but I think Alcaraz is really interesting with the way he's brought the drop shot into popularity, and he's brought the drop shot onto the pro scene in a way that's never been done, at least not recently. And he's made the shot so popular. Kids are copying him. Other pros are copying his not only technique but his tactical decisions with the drop shot. And the funny story is, before Alcaraz and his rise to popularity, I couldn't get kids to do the drop shot. I'd have to twist arms. It's like taking a kid to the dentist. Parents would complain if I was teaching the drop shot. Now, lo and behold, Alcaraz is so exhilarating and exciting to watch, and he's brought so many fans into the game to observe the way he plays, that now I have parents asking me to teach their kid how to drop shot like Alcaraz. And I have all the kids, sometimes I don't even have to ask, I have the kids experimenting with the drop shot. And I say, where'd you get that idea from? They say, well, I was watching Alcaraz. So you're going to see the drop shot take a prominent role, not only in junior tennis, but more and more in the pro game, because the pros are copying Alcaraz, and also the juniors are copying. Everyone's copying Alcaraz because he's famous now. He's number one. He's a big star. And if he stays in the game, people are going to keep mimicking his drop shot styles. And what I think the biggest takeaway in terms of the drop shot is his disguise. He has amazing disguise. I'm working on a few articles. One of them is going to be published for Tennis Player magazine with John Yandel, who is a very well-known tennis analyst, and we'll be talking about how he disguises the drop shot, particularly the forehand drop shot, but he also has a very classic method of disguise on his backhand drop shot. So you can't read it. You can't read the backhand drop shot coming, and the forehand drop shot is extra special. I believe what we're going to argue in the piece for Tennis Player magazine is that he uses, I don't want to reveal all of the article, but basically he uses a very similar grip, a forehand grip to Federer, and I don't think he shifts the grip to hit the drop shot. So what Roger used to do is he had a composite forehand grip, and he would use that grip without a shift when he's executing a drop shot. And I believe that Carlos Alcaraz basically does the same thing. So he has a very conservative forehand grip, and he doesn't have to actually shift it to make the drop shot, and therefore there's no he doesn't show it. There's no tell, and no one can read it. So he can hit it from anywhere, especially the inside out forehand drop shot. It's incredibly effective because you just can't see it coming. So that's the biggest takeaway for the drop shot. Number one is, wow, this is so amazing. I mean, I've been in the junior development game for over 20 years, and finally kids and parents are going to let me teach them the drop shot, or parents are going to let me teach their kids the drop shot. So I'm super excited. It's one of my favorite shots as a player, and I love using that shot to make people suffer and run, and now I can teach it to all my students, and I can get, and the parents won't get mad at me anymore. They won't say, hey, why aren't you teaching my kid to hit with more power? Power is important, but that feel and that disguised drop shot is so effective. And thank you, Carlos Alcaraz, for helping me with my work in the junior trenches. And what do you guys think? What's the secret to Carlos Alcaraz's drop shot? Why is it so effective? Does he just have better feel than everyone else, or is it? Do you agree with me that it's his disguise factor? Have you looked at his forehand drop shot? Do you notice, does he make a grip change? Does he shift that grip, or does he keep his composite forehand grip and just scoop it with the forehand grip intact? That's the big question that I have. Guys, hope you enjoyed several minutes here talking about Alcaraz and the drop shot. If you did, please check out my show, Prodigy Maker Show. It's on all the podcasting networks, and it's also featured on YouTube if you prefer to watch it on video. Thanks, guys. See you on the next one.